Well, hello, YouTube family, and welcome back to the channel. After my first ducking in the Cardinal Center, I hooked up and headed north to the Cleveland area. Let's roll. Today, I am in the Cleveland Streetsboro KOA, taking the G to
In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto State Route 303.
National Park. This is the
In 0.2 miles, turn right onto State Route 303.
I'll give you a little more about that later, but we are going to check out another national park.
Turn right onto State Route 303.
The KOA is in Streetsboro, just outside of Hudson, down the street from a lot of nice little restaurants and a shopping area, and about 9 miles from the Boston Meals Visitor Center, which is where I'm heading now. So here it is. And as I always say, let's see what this will have to offer. So there is a train that comes here. This is the Boston Mail train station. Well, and it looks like the visitor center is down there. As I walked up to the Boston Mills Visitor Center, the first thing you see is the train station. This is one of the stops on the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad. You quickly see that you can experience nature, discover history, take part in various recreational activities, and experience 4 arteries of transportation: automobile byways, canal towpaths, scenic railroads, and the Cuyahoga River. I'm going to give you a few tidbits about this national park as I pan through the rooms. Feel free to pause and try to read some of the things that were available in this center. The earliest known people here were the Paleo Indians. They were nomadic hunters who followed big game through the region. Over time, Native American communities, including the Lenape, Shawnee, Wyandotte, Ottawa, and others, established seasonal and later permanent settlements along what is now called the Cuyahoga River and what they called the Crooked River. All of that began more than 12,000 years ago. By the late 1700s and the early 1800s, European settlers began arriving, clearing the land for farms and building small towns like the Peninsula and Boston Mill. The valley soon transformed with the construction of the Ohio and Erie Canal in the 1820s. This was a massive engineering project that turned this quiet little river corridor into a major commercial highway linking the Great Lakes to the Ohio River. The progress came with a cost, as nearby cities like Cleveland and Akron industrialized. The river got so polluted that by the mid 20th century, the Cuyahoga River was so contaminated it famously caught on fire in 1969, catching national attention and helping to spark the modern environmental movement. Eventually, they decided they wanted to preserve the park and make this a national park. President Gerald Ford did finally authorize the creation of the Cuyahoga Valley National Recreation Area in 1974. In 2000, it was designated the national park that it is today. So the plus of coming to a national park on a weekday is that you don't have to stand in lines. However, you don't get to see some of the big activities that they wait for a lot of people to be around for. One of those things I'm gonna miss is the train. It only runs Friday, Saturday, Sundays on the weekends. However, we are about to go hike Brandywine Trail and see the Brandywine Falls. For those of you out there that are retired or thinking about retiring and are like, well, what would I do? I'd be bored. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. When you retire, you stop doing anything. You lose your purpose. You don't think you would, you'd start going downhill after that. I say those people don't know how to retire right. I know how to retire. And for those people that know how to retire, like I know how to retire, grab one of my t-shirts, tell the world I know how to retire. For those of you that haven't retired yet and love to travel, show the world I know how to travel. Go to my store and you will find my merch, which tells the world I know how to retire and I know how to travel. Starting the Brandywine Falls Trail. Usual sniffing. starting to hear it. Oh, there we go. All right, I think we're getting closer. Apparently this was an electric company of some kind. And here are the falls. So we made it to Brandywine Falls, down the steps. The falls. You made it. Is that very nice? Very nice.
I don't think they're, I don't know.
Yeah, up. No stopping on the steps. Ooh. Finished with Brandywine Falls. Now we're gonna hike ledges. All right, so I'm at ledges. We are supposedly going to see some rock formations. Here we go. Not something you want to get close to. Gia, come back. So the cave is closed to protect the bats. So now we know why it's called the ledges. There are tons of them around.